Wednesday night, November 6th, the night after the election, and today was a pretty interesting day in the market. So mostly what I expected after the election, which is that the stocks would do really good. They did have a better day than probably I would have even expected, but I wasn't thinking about it too much, and I'll explain why. SVXY would have been probably what I would have been pretty interested in going into the election, as well as some other stuff. The problem is that I was expecting the Iran attack to be on election night, so I was holding HUSA, and I'm disappointed. It sucks that these two things had to be going at the same time, because there was a lot of good plays to be made for election night. So one of them is Bitcoin. Trump's bullish on Bitcoin, and then just in general. And the Bitcoin chart's looking really good. And so for Bitcoin, I think the way to make the most off it is probably here with MSTR. DJT, I see. I'm not really sure. I don't really think that the fundamentals are probably there, although I really don't know how much money they could make in that company. But I just expected, with the Trump win, that this would, really rock it. It's kind of weird that it's, nowhere near where it has been. And so, I was planning on selling, not riding it out for too long and selling it. I thought it would just have an insane run from the election. And this is the one play that was a little surprising to me. And the other thing that's a little surprising is that Iran has not attacked yet. I thought that was going to happen. But I do want to look at Bitcoin a little bit more and show you the charts on Webull. But anything else I can talk about here for a second would be a lot of stuff did pretty well, and really well. I mean, the market did so good, and oil started off down, but it got back. That's what this is here, UCO. Yeah, and now at this point, though, after today, other than where I still like HUSA, even though I'm kind of frustrated that the attack hasn't happened, I'm still, thinking until I hear something different, I think it probably will. And so I still like HUSA here, but otherwise, these other plays that I would have liked, so the problem with SVXY is if Iran attacks, it's very likely that this SVXY will tank. And so if you're going to be in SVXY, I think you need to be, and I think the market's going to tank a bit too. And so if you're going to be in this stuff, you have to be on your toes. But at this point, I think, that this will continue to have legs. I think the only thing that slows anything down is the Middle East conflict, and I think it'll get settled. But I think the initial shockwave of Iran and Israel going at each other, because Israel's going to destroy their oil fields. And so whenever that happens, I think the best return is going to end up being this HUSA. But anyway, I think MSTR is about to have some really good returns. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. There's something. So first of all, it's real bullish about breaking this level here, and it tested it, and it did kind of have some lower lows up till this point, but then you start to see higher lows, and you keep testing and testing and testing, and so it's going to poke through. And I did a video alerting just last night that it was going to break through, but when it's going to run for more is the thing, and I think it's going to get close to 80,000. And so when you look at the 5-minute chart, you can see that when it pops up to here, and it starts edging close, and then busts above. But here's the thing: when it busts above, it didn't really reject much. It's pausing sideways, consolidating sideways, and when it did reject here a little, it's bouncing back. And so this is a telltale sign to me that it might have some more sideways movement, maybe not, but it's not done. If it was done, it would pull back harder. It wouldn't just be going sideways after a big run up. So it's not done. I think it's getting close, going to go close to 80,000. I guess that's all I got for tonight. I mean, I'm just need to stay heavy into the news about the Middle East, because I'm so heavily weighted onto HUSA. There's some other good plays out there that could be to be had. I think the main one would be MSTR here. And then as far as DJT, I mean, I'm just going to try to get out for as much as I can. I'm holding out hope that maybe there will be a bounce tomorrow, but I think it's one of those things where the fundamentals aren't there, and they didn't take the bait. I mean, I thought sometimes the fundamentals are it's going to trade on the price that people trade it at, but it's one of those things, kind of reading how people will be thinking, how they'll be feeling about it. So maybe wrong, and so I'll probably exit it tomorrow either way. And when I exit it, I'll probably move into MSTR. But actually at that point though, Bitcoin probably may have already popped, and I very well may move into HUSA here, which I'm already so much into HUSA. But man, it's gonna be one hell of a play if they attack. And they've been saying they're gonna attack. All indications they're gonna attack. It's surprising they haven't attacked yet, but all indications still, all the reports are still that it's gonna happen. So when Iran does that, Israel is going to destroy Iran's oil fields, and HUSA is going to explode probably at over $20. And if HUSA goes over 20, and a call like this then is over 20, is worth over $20 itself, and I paid about 10 cents for them, it'll be a 200x return, over 200x, and that'll be good. So anyway. That's all. I'll leave it there.